Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain and thank you for joining me today for Trick or Treat, a visual novel. Now this was created by Eternal Night Studios, a fitting name if any for a horror based game really, for a developer, independently published, and it's obviously a visual novel. It claims to be about 3 hours long, focusing on being a bit of a thriller, bit of a mystery, with a hint of romance. It's got Steam achievements, and so far in the discussions I've seen it's got about 8 different endings. Now I'm just going to try and go for one to begin with. Some of the endings aren't available in your first playthrough, others are. Again, that's what it seems. It seems it's one of those where you get an ending and then you unlock more options to progress after you've gained one of the endings. So, I've had to do a little fiddling around with the size of the screen. In the setups, it's very simple. There's not really any options other than full screen and window. So, to actually change the resolution, I'm having to drag the window around. How that's going to appear in game, I'm not entirely certain, so we'll have to just check that. It has some very simple extras with some endings. You've got the soundtrack, you've got links to their various websites. I don't know if any of those still work. The last I heard from Eternal Night Studios was in 2017 when they were going to try and get kickstarted for an actual proper visual novel which they could sell, because this is free. And so is that other game they made in 2017. So let's begin. 3 hours of this. It may be a while. I like the font. I will say that. I do kind of like the very simple UI. So far we know there's a group of people. And that's why you bring spare torches, or alternatively, the ones that you can wind up to get more power. That's fair. Yes, the premise of this game are the protagonists are going out into the woods to try and see if there's an old local legend regarding Halloween and All Hallows Eve. I hope they told someone. Actually, how old are they? Because their parents will be going, where the hell are they? So they went out just before midnight. Kinda true. Dun dun dun. And this is where our main protagonist, unnamed, is going to get separated from his friends. Ooh. So we have an Axel. Who calls that kid that? I don't think I've actually heard the name use of Axel since Streets of Rage. I think some other game in the 90s or something also had it. Maybe TV character. Friend. Alright, he's obviously a victim. He doesn't even have a name. At this point, you get your back to a tree. All of you stay together and shine your torches into the darkness in the general direction of the noise. It was already pitch black. How can it get darker unless your torches just go out? Yep. All at once? Now that. Oh no, two of them. It occasionally works beating your torch. See, at this point, you probably do want to try and just pick a direction, depending on where the forest is. I mean, this is the problem with not being given any information about the forest, but if you're in like a park or something, just pick a single direction and just try and walk straight, stay together, hold hands, and eventually you're going to hit the edge of the park. Unless it's like a national park, like Yellowstone or something, like massively huge, then you're in trouble. Then you're probably best staying put. Doesn't seem real, that particularly that last line. So, Magic Cat. Interlude before night falls. Okay. I'm guessing this is a flashback to why they go into the forest. It depends where you go. There should be some adult Halloween parties. I'm definitely glad that my local area has adult Halloween parties available. Though, to be fair, when they say adult, they're aiming at the pensioners. Always goes to the cinema. There should be Halloween films on. mean, we had plenty of fun, me and my friends, just getting together and making our own little mini Halloween party. It was more just like a gaming night with snacks and horror games. I have no desire to play now. What? No one talks like you. Just go, no, I'm not feeling it right now. Alright, Alfred is the geek. Excellent. Well, technically the nerd. I've always considered geeks as people who know, like, the lore and, sort of all the story of games, where nerds and other, like, media and, films and things like that, where a nerd actually knows about the science and the useful, knowledge. Yep, nerd. It's kind of worrying if people disappear all the time in your town. So we have Axel, Alfred, and Stephen as our male protagonists. And oh, we're in England, Oxfordshire. Well, I don't know. You know, I am going to Google if there is a town of Abington. I'm just actually curious now. I know it's a little. It's in North Hampshire. Not really, don't think that's in Oxfordshire. No, it's North Hampshire. No. It's Abington's a district of the town of Northampton. Oh well. Only 4,000. That's still a decent population. I'm just curious what website this is now. Well, you haven't said anything of what's happened, really. Oh, and I should point out that Abington actually has a population of 9,668 as recorded in 2011. There's an Oakwood nursing home. There ain't an Oakwood road, but there ain't an Oakwood forest. Ah. Okay. That's now significant. I thought it was going to go for, like, that was the earliest one. There seems to be no particular time period between the years. I mean, if this wasn't like a Halloween game, this could definitely have, like, Fae references. Now, interesting, we didn't really have a big problem with, like, witch hunts in the UK. Even during this sort of supposed time of, you know, panic about witches. Mostly because if you wanted to accuse someone of being a witch, you had to prove magic existed. Granted, there were still lynchings. But in an actual court, or before in the eyes of the law, you had to prove magic existed before you could burn someone as a witch. All the witch trial things were more of an American thing, early American. I wonder if the writers of this are American. Because I don't know, it sounds like this should be taking place in America. Just from the history of the forest and that sort of thing. I'm just wondering if these guys are in like college dorms or something, all living together. So now everyone's just doing the typical, you're gonna do it or you're chicken now. Coats, backpacks, flashlights and some food. Don't forget your bottles of water. And, well, we're nearly at our 20-minute mark I want to do for this series, so I'm going to call it quits for now. I hope this has captured some people's imaginations and interest, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this.